What's up, guys? More Medic One. Today I have got a grasshopper here out in the field. The sidewall of the tire is just blown out, and as you can tell, it's a pretty good gash. I can put my finger all the way through it. That is not wear and tear. That is running over something and puncturing the sidewall. That is absolutely 100% avoidable and abuse. However, the point of my video is going to be not just showing you how to swap a tire and rim, is what's the difference between lug studs and lug nuts. And lastly, the customer stated that he would like a new flap put on. However, this is like the 5th one that I've put on, and they just keep tearing them off. So, I mean, what do? Do you just keep replacing it and just keep charging them for it? I mean, there's got to be some happy medium in there. Somebody's responsible for tearing these off. All right, so let's get this mother scooter jacked up and in the air. I'm gonna get my impact wrench and let's get this old rim off of here. We're going to be going back with the newer style grasshopper rim. It doesn't have any, it's not a modular rim. It's just a solid, rim. It doesn't have any slots in it. Just a different style, that's all. Right here on the rear bumper is as good a spot as any to get this off the ground. Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and get these lug nuts or these lug studs off of here. They're just 13 millimeter. I mean, 13 millimeter. 13/16. Now, the main differences between, lug nuts and lug studs is the actual nut. This is a bolt and lug nut assembly. This is one piece that threads into the hub, as where your conventional hub or configuration would be just have a stud sticking through the hub here that is serrated. However, that is the other style. These hubs are actually threaded to accept a lug stud like that, and they can be a little bit cantankerous to get started, especially when your wheel assembly is not hub centric. And what I mean by that is when you put the wheel on, it doesn't fit the hub snug. If it was able to go around this hub ring snugly, you would be able to just spin the wheel and line up your lug nuts with ease. However, this does not allow that. The wheel that I'm going to install is what we call lug centric, and you have to line them up. And let me show you the easiest way to do that. Let me slide this wheel up on the hub and let me show you what I'm talking about. As you can tell, we got some play, but what you can do is that rim is hard to stay on there because the lip here is just hardly anything for the wheel to hang on to. But what I do is I just get me a punch, concaved punch, and that will hold the rim on, and you can turn the wheel to where you can easily start one of the lug nuts at least. And you got to wiggle it and finagle it If it was just regular conventional lug nuts, this job would be a lot easier. But we got one lug nut started. We can remove our punch. If you have to, you can locate it to another hole. But once you get that first lug nut started, you should be able to just rock this wheel just a little bit to start the others. And please start these by hand, and do not try to run these in with an impact wrench, because if you get these cross-threaded, your day is going to be bad. And once you get a couple of them started, they'll all pretty much go now. Kind of give it a wiggle. Like I said, it's a pain in the butt. All right, I feel confident that we're started. We're not cross-threaded. Let's just run them in with the impact in a star pattern. What's sad about this situation is this is a brand new tire I just put on not long ago, and they've already obliterated the sidewall. And man, that's just, it's not a good thing. I mean, they just need to be, look at there. They've even bent the rim on this one. They are hopping curbs, running over, stobs sticking out of the ground from, I don't know, where a gate opens up and latches, the piece of metal that sticks up out of the ground. I keep telling these guys, y'all need to weed eat before you mow. Just get everything weed eated. That way you don't have to go anywhere near any of these, obstructions that are just causing all this havoc. The chute assembly is super easy to replace. It's just held in by a peg here, and then one 1/2 inch nut and bolt here. Let's go take the old one off. Slide it out of the way and then pull the pin, and then the old one is off. Now, clean all the grass off the deck. There's a trash can right there. Best I can. Slide the new one in. And as we can tell, the parts department did not order the right one. Look at that. So what do we do now? So here's the old one and here's the new one, as we can tell. Just line them up here. This portion works, and if we come down here, we can tell that our pins are in different locations. So this is why it's so important to, whenever you order parts for your mower, to give your parts department the model, spec, serial, give them everything that they need so that they can get your parts right the first time. What can we do here? is the distance between here and here the same as here and here. It looks to be the same. I think what I'm going to do is remove this plastic part, and we're going to transfer it to the old bracket. Even though it's a little bit bent, I think it'll work just fine. Remove your little clip here. You don't have to worry about removing that one because we're just going to drive the pin out that way, and do that procedure for the old one as well. Slide your pin out. Don't lose your spring, and then take this one apart as well. Sometimes you can just take this flap and tap it, and that pin will slide out. Pins are the same length, so for grins and giggles, we'll just use the new one. Remove the old flap. For the meanwhile, we're going to just turn the flap over on its back. We're going to insert the spring, and we're just going to let it dangle just like that for now. With your spring set in the groove, it should not fall out. Just so turn it back over. And let's install the old bracket. When you get your rod through the spring needs to lay right on the back side of this tab right here, and then the other portion of the spring, like I showed you earlier, sticks through and nestles right in here. Slide it in again, tighten the nut, and you're good to go. Got that little old grasshopper worked out, and sometimes you just have to deal with what cards are dealt you. But anyway, guys, if this content helped you out, give me a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button, and while you're there, click that bell so you'll get all my new videos. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Mower Medic 1.